Alright guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. This video should span actually a couple of days. I don't think this is going to be a one-day video. Well, it's not going to be a one-day video because I don't have anything in yet. We're doing a full tune-up on the Miata. So far, I've ordered a new thermostat. I'm going to flush the entire coolant system because it's running a little bit warmer than it should be. I've got a new air filter because it's got this like puny intake, I guess you could say. I ordered new NGK plugs and wires. I've got a bunch of stuff coming to tune this thing up and get it running. That didn't go how I wanted it to go. Now I'm going to remove the coolant reservoir and take that out. That way we can empty it and clean it and put it back in. There's nothing even in here. Like, this is 100% empty. You know, the more I have this car, the longer it frustrates me. Okay, so funny story. Yesterday, I finished everything that I was doing for that day, and you know, just casually finished pulling the thermostat, which I put it back on because I'm about to flush the coolant system. But I pulled the coolant reservoir off, right? And I was curious as to why my coolant reservoir didn't have any coolant in it, and so I filled it with boiling water to clean it, and then I realized that it's completely dry rotted through. Which is fantastic, which I mean, I guess it's not really that big of a deal, but it is a big deal. I pulled the thermostat out, and then it's got this random thermostat. Let me know if you've ever seen something like this before. I did some research on it, and what it said is that it's a Mishimoto racing thermostat, which most of the thermostats for this car tend to open at about 180 degrees-ish. This thermostat, if you flip it over and look, it opens at 192 degrees Fahrenheit and 88 degrees Celsius, which is hotter, which doesn't make any sense to me. I had somebody tell me that it might have done that because some cars are faster when they're running a little bit hotter. This car is a 91 that I bought for $2,000. So to me, running warmer just asks for trouble. I'd rather it stay as cool as it possibly can to avoid any issues, whether or not that it's a little bit slower. Then, so I can flush the coolant system after I pulled it out, I realized that this bolt, which I don't think that's supposed to be an Allen wrench screw, but it is, that one is stripped. And so somebody has put a nut on the bottom right there to hold it on. So I had to figure out how to get a wrench on it and then tighten it down, and it's just turned out to be more of a pain than I wanted it to be. Now what we're gonna do is we are going to flush the coolant system like I was intending to do last night, but I didn't. So let's go ahead and have a go at that. Now we have to start her. There it is. Sounds like we got a knot. And it looks to me like we ain't got any oil in the car. Fantastic. So now we gotta change the oil too. And get that to hopefully stop. A few weeks ago I had a guy message me on Instagram saying that he found me on one of my YouTube videos, saw my tag on the old car, and noticed what county that I lived in. And he messaged me and told me that he lived in the same county, just a couple cities over, and would love to meet up. But right now I'm gonna go meet this guy who I've never seen in person before in my life, that found me off of one of my YouTube videos. crazy is that?
Audio Jungle.
Needless to say, I changed the oil and I've been flushing the coolant system. Well, when I started it, it was tapping. Sounds like maybe like a valve tick or something. I don't think it's a rod. I doubt I spun a rod bearing. But I know I didn't spin a rod bearing. Regardless, this is still an issue that I have to deal with and figure out what I'm gonna do. Because this is it's just another bump on the road. You know, just a little hiccup, just a little speed bump. Did some more research last night after that whole engine knocking, tapping issue, and we figured that it's these, if you look right here, what are these things called, HLAs?
Yeah, the hydraulic lifter.
If you look right here, you see this little thing right there. It's called an HLA. It's a hydraulic lifter adjustment. And basically what that is just lifters with a fancy term for a Miata. And those like to make a lot of noise sometimes. And so we're gonna take this apart, pull them out, we're gonna clean them and put it back together. Hopefully that stops that tapping sound and I won't actually have to rebuild the engine. Also this morning, my thermostat came in, my new air filter because the last one was garbage. My NGK wires came in. I've got NGK plugs coming in too, but they won't be here until tomorrow. So those will go in tomorrow. Just another mild bump along the road. I bought the wrong size air filter, so now I have to wait even longer. What I'll probably end up doing is just going and buying the one that I need from Walmart and sending that one back. Top of everything else that has gone wrong in the past 24 hours, Bailey just like about snapped the upper radiator hose nozzle off. Zach just bent it and got it close, but I'm trying to decide if I should just go ahead and get another radiator because the car runs warm anyway and I've pretty much replaced everything else in the coolant system. I broke my magnet. So to get these HLAs out, we're currently using a Memphis audio speaker, the magnet on the back to pull these lifters out. And surprisingly, it's actually working pretty well. Alright, so we just got the valve cover back on. I'm about to put the thermostat on and seal it back. Well, car's running and everything, but Bailey decided that he wanted to go Mr. Universe over here and do this to the radiator hose outlet thing. Another radiator, and that'll be going in tomorrow, and then the car will be good to go. Which isn't necessarily a bad thing, because my plugs are coming in tomorrow too, so I can just change out the plugs and wires. Then the car will be completely 100% tuned up. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut over tomorrow to, I'm gonna go ahead and cut over to tomorrow where we already have the radiator, and we're gonna put that in and end the video. So here we go. So far, the cooling system has been flushed twice. The radiator has been replaced. The air filter has been replaced. The plugs and wires have been replaced with NGK plugs and wires. The oil has been changed. The HLA lifters have been all pulled out and cleaned and put back in. We have also changed the thermostat. I think that about sums it up. So now we are about to start this thing for the first time, where I can finally take my first drive. Gotta make sure nothing leaks. Just drove it. I didn't record any of it. It's running a little cooler than it was before, which is better. Makes me feel better. I think I am gonna replace the water pump. It doesn't seem to be breaking up as bad as when I pull off, or like really at all. It did the very first time that I pulled off, and then it didn't do it again. I guess it just had to blow some stuff out of it. So I put a tank of 93 in it. But right now it's running really well. But anyways, I think I'm gonna end the video here. It's already been long enough. I'm not sure how long the video is gonna be, but I have tons of footage to go through. If you enjoyed this video, please like it. Leave a like down below. And if you wanna say something or ask me a question, or give me some advice, feel free to comment. I like answering comments, and I like seeing people comment and supporting me. If you want to see more videos, or you want to just see more of the Miata or the Focus, either or both of them, then go ahead and click the subscribe button. I'd really appreciate that. If you want to see anything specific done to either the Focus or the Miata, please let me know. I need more content. That would be great. I have some more videos coming up, but it would be great to have some ideas for videos to come in the future. I hope you all had a great day. Keep your head up, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace out.